I'm not the worst. Damien, burn hot. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. Come and see them, me know who they are. Them a real wagonist, me see them from far. Every day they eat chop on the corner. Something them a look and them a go call me father. And if a day come me who da chop tongue. Me no know where this apparel's done. So me know them not real, them are tough like steel. Coulda what them feel. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. Already journey gets so rough and tough. Give thanks to Jehovah and feel me come. Never leave his trial by the wayside. He always protect and guide. Some of them will tell you, say them love you, them not mean it. Me know you are dirty, me I tell you, we go clean it. Me left enough for them a front, some of them a clown. But mine want see we fall down. But I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. And I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. And me see them, me know who they are. Them a real wagonist, me see them from far. Every day they eat chop on the corner. Something them a look and them a come call me father. And if a day come me who da chop tongue. Me no know where this apparel's done. So me know them not real, them are tough like steel. Coulda what them feel. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. Believe in yourself. Let no one tell you you cannot make it. You cannot make it. Them no fall.
Dr. Campbell. Yeah, call in.
No man curse. I'm not the worst. Damien, burn hot. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. Come and see them, me know who they are. Them a real wagonist, me see them from far. Every day they eat chop on the corner. Something them a look and them a come call me father. And if a day come me who da chop tongue. Me no know where this apparel's done. So me know them not real, them are tough like steel. Coulda what them feel. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. Already journey gets so rough and tough. Give thanks to Jehovah and feel me come. Never leave his trial by the wayside. He always protect and guide. Some of them will tell you, say them love you, them not mean it. Me know you are dirty, me I tell you, we go clean it. Me left enough for them a front, some of them a clown. But mine want see we fall down. But I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. And I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. And me see them, me know who they are. Them a real wagonist, me see them from far. Every day they eat chop on the corner. Something them a look and them a come call me father. And if a day come me who da chop tongue. Me no know where this apparel's done. So me know them not real, them are tough like steel. Coulda what them feel. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, surviving. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. Believe in yourself. Let
Welcome to another edition of Voice of the Diaspora. We got good news. Melly Mel will walk free today. Melly Mel will walk free today, people. And so you have to spread the word. We were supposed to have Apostle Nigel London on. He's busy at work and there's a lot of noise in his background. Dr. Terrence Campbell is trying to get in as we speak, but I don't know, he's getting problems getting in. I don't know what is happening, if they're sabotaging the program. But you know, the good news is that Melly Mel will walk free today. The judge said that Melly Mel must be freed. She has to pay a 7,500 bond, which will be paid easily. And she will be home with her husband today. So we can tell the PPP, no deportation, no jail. No deportation, no jail. Today, Melly Mel will be back home. In New York with her husband. And during the case today before the judge, the defense attorney was saying they don't know how Melly Mel was arrested and taken to Louisiana. What was happening up to now? It's a mystery for them to understand. Why someone who has been married for 2 years has now been arrested. 2 weeks ago has been arrested. 2 weeks ago for overstaying her time. But this is what the judge and the prosecutor and the defense attorney, well, not the defense attorney, but the prosecutor and the judge, they don't know. They don't know that the PPP, the president and the vice president flew to America, you understand, to ensure that Melly Mel gets incarcerated and gets deported, because that was the PPP's intention. We see it failed. It failed. Wickedness in high places. Melly Mel is now a free woman. And we all have to celebrate that. Dr. Campbell is getting difficulty to come in. But you know that we have to drop by to ensure that we say to the people that when you're an activist, when you expose a wicked regime, you have to be prepared to face oppression. You have to be prepared to face death, because the fight to liberate people and bring down dictatorships, it's not an easy fight. And today, Melly Mel has made her name in history as one of Guyana's leading political activists. But what will be the implications for the PPP regime as a result of Melly Mel's freedom? What will she say to the Guyanese people when she gets back home to Brooklyn? When she gets back, not Guyana, to Brooklyn, the PPP will not and cannot touch her. You see, God don't sleep. And so we all have to celebrate Melly Mel's freedom. She will be free to be back with her husband and to talk to her family and all of her friends, and to be back on social media fighting the struggle. 2 weeks ago, she was moved from New York City when ICE went to her home and arrested her and took her to Louisiana, detention center in Louisiana. You understand? And the PPP government was rejoicing. Guyanese critic was rejoicing today when he got the news. Look at him. Look at him when he got the news. That's critic sitting there on the toilet. That's critic sitting there on the toilet when he got the news that Melly Mel will be home with her husband at her residence in New York City. I want to say that the struggle continues. The struggle continues, and we will not let up. This regime has to come down. This regime has to go. And no matter what they try, no matter what they do, no matter how they try, the die is cast. And their end is near. Very, very, very near. We know they're going after the Mohammeds. We know that they are saying that the Mohammeds can be arrested very soon. The Secretary of State, the U.S. Secretary of State visited Guyana yesterday, and the PPP government took the opportunity on the sideline of that visit to tell the nation that they receive the information from the U.S. State Department that will allow them to the evidence from the U.S. State Department to allow them to arrest the Mohammeds and to seize their assets and so on. Grapevine News got information earlier today that they have removed the security license so that the Mohammed's security cannot carry firearm to protect him and the family. This is the wickedness of the regime. This is the wickedness of the regime. They went after Melly Mel with all they got because their intention was to bring Melly Mel back home. Dr. Terrence Campbell has just called there. He's not getting in. I know we can get him here on WhatsApp, and I know that you can hear him if he speaks. Dr. Campbell, how are you today? Still not getting Dr. Terrence Campbell. He's called in here, but I'm not hearing him. I don't know what is happening here. Dr. Campbell is trying his best to get in. I've got him here on the phone, but there's no sound. So I don't know what is happening at his end. Dr. Campbell, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. I know you're getting difficulty trying to call in. I don't know what is happening. But that is Dr. Terrence Campbell trying to call in there. And so we know what the PPP is doing. Yes, Dr. Terrence Campbell here. The viewers can hear you. The viewers can hear you. You're live. I know you're getting difficulty calling in via video. I don't know what is happening today. I think the PPP is up to their machinations. But however, my viewers can actually hear you. Dr. Terrence Campbell, I want to ask you this question. You have been very close to the fight to see Melly Mel free. You've been very close to that fight. You've been a part of that fight since Melly Mel's incarceration. I want you to tell the viewers, what is your view of what had happened 2 weeks ago to Melly Mel? What you think caused it? Or what is the good thing about our freedom and what implications it has for the longevity of the PPP regime?
So Norman, I wouldn't, as we say in Guyana, big up myself by saying I was, very close to the fight, but I was aware of all that was happening. And I'd like to change, first of all, what the way you describe it. You use the word incarceration. And that signals to me somebody who has done something criminal and is then placed in the lockups or the jails, so to speak. I'd rather use the phrase Melly Mel's detention.
Correct. Melly Mel's correct. Thank you.
Let's clarify. I'm not going to use I'm going to use the word detention. And her detention, as came out in the public domain, I mean, I understand that people in Guyana were able to listen to the proceedings in the court by way of the Guyanese critic, which I don't believe. I'm not sure if that was legal. I'm not sure if it was the intention of the court that the proceedings should be broadcast in such a way. But be that as it may, it was clear that there was nothing criminal in regards to her detention. It was clear that it was merely an administrative violation of an overstay, which is usually expunged when you get married to a citizen. And it was hard for me for the last 2 weeks to be on social media and to see the usual suspects, those PPP trolls, and they speak of every violation. The only crime that they did not accuse her of committing was of killing Christ. Honestly, they accused her of every single thing else under the sun. And it was hard for me, armed with the knowledge of the facts, to just stay quiet. But sometimes, as I think I did say in one post, this was a legal matter. And sometimes it's good to stay quiet, to do what you have to do, and to wait, wait for that victory. And I think her release on bond today will be the first victory for Melly Mel. So, and I want to say, and this is getting personal because I have to say that I have been in touch with all of some of Melly's friends and family and her husband, and they were all concerned. Everybody played their part, played their role in supporting her and getting her out, and it is a victory for us today. And many of us, many Guyanese, have gone on our knees and or just stopped and offered prayers to the Almighty, and He's delivered for us. God is able, and I'm happy that she's out, Norman.
Dr. Terrence Campbell there talking to us is saying that he's happy for the victory. He's happy for the release, and it is a victory for us. I know this program is very brief, Dr. Campbell. Someone just said that the photograph of Melly Mel in detention is one that shouldn't be circulated. But I want people to understand something. My activism and our activism should be that we must show our people in the state of oppression, because we know the PPP is behind this. This is not a shame to show what the PPP has orchestrated for an innocent sister to be in detention, because their intention was to get her deported. And so this photograph must drive home the message to the PPP that no matter what they do to our sister, she stands triumphant. Dr. Campbell, look, what do you think the Melly Mel's release today? What do you think it will do to the regime in relation to the PPP's longevity in office? We know the PPP is coming down. Many have said that this situation, the Melly Mel detention, the Melly Mel's detention is one that will bring the PPP government, or freedom may nail the final, cause the final nail to be plunged into the PPP's coffin. What are your thoughts in closing?
Let me say this, Norman. I am fairly new to this active political scene, and but the last 3 to 4 months, it's been, hours a day, 10 hours a day, and all immersed in politics. And what I see of the PPP is an absolutely evil regime. And it's not just about Melly. It's not just with the PPP attempting to attack those who oppose it extraterritorially, attack them overseas. But it's also local. Let me drift a little bit. About a week ago, somebody complained on my show about torture allegedly at the hands of Amir Ahmad. Before the day was out, that night, the police were raiding the man's house looking for drugs and guns. We saw on Facebook a PPP supporter slap a gentleman. She was the first person to hit out. Up to now, I've received no information suggesting that she's been arrested or charged, but that gentleman had been arrested, and thank God for the video. It was released on bail. But if there was no video, I had no doubt that he would have been before the courts already. I just got news. Well, this morning, with great pain, I read of allegations of corruption and of the use by businessmen of Soku to attack those who oppose the businessmen. And these are businessmen who, this must be thrown at the PPP's footsteps, because these are businessmen who are sipping at the trough of the PPP. They're drinking from that red cup. And they are using Soku to go after those opposed to them. And so this morning, I read of somebody who is under threat and who's scared of crimes being fabricated to take them out of the picture. They're scared of being assassinated. Norman, you know, I myself have been the subject of a false allegation by a businessman close to the PPP. And if that was not enough, Norman, if that was not enough, less than an hour ago, I understand that Soku visited former Minister of Finance Winston Jordan. I'm yet to verify this information. I usually like to double check, right? I didn't get a chance to double check, so I will say it with some caution, but my source is a good source, that Soku visited former Minister of Finance Winston Jordan and asked him to appear in court again on Monday, because they're after him with something else. The state, Norman, all the state agencies, the police, the GRA, everything, and I've been preaching about this, is being weaponized against anybody who is opposed to the PPP. I spoke with somebody very close to the PPP, a supporter of the PPP royalty this morning, and I said, sometimes you have to cut a tree down for it to bloom and for it to blossom again. And the PPP has to be cut down. The PPP has been hijacked. It has become a source of evil in this country. And we must get the PPP out. And so today is a victory in one battle of a war that we must win. We must win. We cannot afford, nobody in this country can afford to have the PPP in power for one day longer than necessary. The PPP has to go. Melly Mel is just but one victim, Norman, but that whole machinery is attacking people left, right, and center. And I want to say to everybody who's listening to you, and I hope this is shared widely, it's not only about Afro-Guyanese that they're attacking Indo-Guyanese, they're attacking everybody who is opposed to those who are in charge of the PPP, those at the top who have corrupted the PPP. And so we must fight the PPP. And today, with Melly coming out, I see it as just a victory in one battle. We may lose a battle or two along the way, but the war must be won, Norman. It has to be won. The PPP must go.
What are your views on the attack, the current attack, that vicious attack coming from the PPP towards the Mohammeds? We know that the U.S. Secretary of State visited yesterday, and on the sidelines of that visit, the PPP made a public statement saying that they've got the evidence from the U.S. State Department, and they will be moving very soon against the Mohammeds, which means it could be arresting the Mohammeds. It means the Mohammeds can be extradited or even killed. We understand that their security license, they have security that protects the family and their businesses and so on. And the government has taken away that license, that security license. We are seeing what is happening. What are your view, Dr. Terrence Campbell, on that?
Let me say that I have not benefited from being able to view what the allegations against the Mohammeds that have been detailed in whatsoever report the Attorney General Nandalal was referring to. So I'm not privy to those allegations. I take everything that Mr. Nandalal says with a tablespoon, a loaded tablespoon of salt, even though salt is not good for me. If it is that the Mohammeds have committed crimes, every man is presumed innocent until found guilty. And I would expect that they would be treated fairly by the justice system. Let me say also that the only reason, though, that all of this is in the public domain and that the Mohammeds are being shut down and their firearm license are being taken away and so on, I don't understand. If it is that because of the sanctions, you're removing the firearm license, why wasn't this done a long time
ago? That's the question.
Clearly, because of the popularity of Azuddin Mohammed, the PPP feels threatened, and to my mind, the attacks are political in nature. If I were standing in Mr. Mohammed's shoes, I would be worried about whether I could get a fair trial, because the PPP will find their own prosecutors to handle this case, and likely they will try to even make sure it ends up, they will forum shop and try to make sure it ends up in front of a favorable judge. But thankfully, the administration of justice and the assignment of these cases to this point remains in the hands of the Honorable Chancellor, Yonah Cummins Edwards, who is from Linden, and Acting Chancellor and Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George. But we know that the PPP has been trying to stack the judiciary with judges that are favorable to the PPP, so that judgments will tend to go in their favor. So I would be worried on the balance of probability that if I were the Mohammeds, that I may end up in front of one of those judges who might have been stuck there by the PPP. But I hope and I pray that they get, if they are to be tried, that they get, that their trial is fair. But my own approach to this and some of these matters is because, listen, and I'm not speaking to the Mohammed's case, but I'm speaking to corruption. Corruption is a virus, is a cancer that is taken over the body of Guyana. All that is happening here, the PPP cuddles the corrupt who are close to the PPP, and they attack the corrupt who oppose them or who fall out of favor. And so we are seeing the weaponization of the state against the Mohammeds simply because they are fallen out of favor. Evidence has emerged in the public domain of other business people who, and the Mohammeds have raised cases of the smuggling of gold from Venezuela, the laundering of gold from Venezuela through Guyana, and the PPP will hear about this and they will do absolutely nothing about it. So I'm not holding a brief with the Mohammeds. I have not seen what they've been charged with, and they are presumed innocent until found guilty. And I hope that they can get a free and fair trial. But I will say this: I will say that a lot of what they are suffering relates to the political threat that Azzuddin Mohammed poses to the PPP. And so the state is being weaponized against them. Now, these are business people. They've been in business for a long time. They've been seen as being wealthy. Why would you take away all their guns? The least you should do is leave them, even if, and I'm not justifying taking away any gun, but the least you should do is leave them with enough for their own protection. The PPP is let me say not the PPP. There are elements in the PPP which are in control of the PPP who are nasty and they are vile. And those are the ones we have to remove come the next election.
Those are the ones we have to remove come the next election. Dr. Campbell, it is a pleasure having you here, taking the time out to join this program at the last minute. I'm talking about an hour's notice. Apostle Nigel London was supposed to be here. He was at work too. He always comes on the show, but the noise in the background would not allow him to come on the live, and so we understand that, and we appreciate and will always love and respect Apostle Nigel London. Your closing remarks, Dr. Campbell.
The attacks on those opposed to the PPP are coming daily, and we must remember Mr. Trevor Benn, former Commissioner of Lands and Surveyors. He has a case. And we must support each other. I am pretty sure if the PPP has its own way, it would like to put me before the courts for something or the other that they will concoct. And so, as in the Melly Mel's case, and if I'm home in Guyana when Mr. Ben's case comes up, I will certainly be going there to support him. I think as a people, we must come together and support those. We have got to be firm and we've got to be resolute in facing the PPP as they try to weaponize the state against us. We must be firm and we must be resolute, and we must strike the fear of God into them about continuing along this path. Immediately as I come off of this phone, I will be going to call former Minister Jordan to ascertain whether it is true that SOCU, for some reason, has been activated against them. And SOCU is being activated. We will have to either demolish SOCU or completely revamp it, because if the SOCU itself has become the
repressive arm of the PPP government.
The policing arm of the PPP.
Yes.
That's the police between them and the sheriff, and there is a strong relationship between SOCU and the sheriff. Between those two, they have become the policing arm of the PPP government. And so I'll ask your listeners and your viewers to this fight is a daily fight. The PPP is attacking those of us who are opposed to them on a daily basis. And now that Melly is going to be bonded out, we must turn our attention to former Minister Winston Jordan. I'm going to call him to verify this information. And if it is the police wants him to be in court on Monday, I would like to see every single social media influencer call on their followers to go and stand with our brother on Monday and let the PPP know that we will not tolerate this, and former Minister Winston Jordan is not alone. Those are my closing remarks.
Dr. Terrence Campbell, dear, thank you so much for joining the program. Dr. Terrence Campbell, so many Guyanese are looking up to you and they're listening to you here on Voice of the Diaspora, keeping in touch and giving your views on issues of national importance and making it clear that the PPP is a wicked regime that has to be removed. Thank you once again for being here on Voice of the Diaspora.
Thank you, and a pleasant and beautiful weekend to all your listeners.
Thank you. That was Dr. Terrence Campbell there, talking to our viewers. Of course, Melly Mel will be free today. There is celebration that will happen. There's celebration that will happen. People are happy. Good people are happy. Good Guyanese at home and across the diaspora are happy. The only people who are sad, is the PPP and this one who is sitting on his toilet seat, the Guyanese critic. A very, very, very wicked person. He has persecuted Melissa Atwell, Melly Mel, and he is a part, along with the PPP, of the plan to see Melly Mel jail or deported. But God is a good God. As Simona Broom said today, God is a good God. Simona Broom said Melly Mel mother fasted and she prayed and she stood up strong for her daughter. And today was the first time after hearing the good news that Melly Mel will be out on bond. And be free to be back home in Brooklyn with her husband, that the mother broke down. This program wants to say to Melly Mel's mother, we stand with you. I want to say to my viewers that I got the photograph of Melly Mel from Gordon Mosley platform, and Gordon is a highly reputable journalist, and so I thought that the photograph was okay to circulate. I'm now beginning to believe it's a photograph that the PPP has put out there to make her look bad, but I'm saying that regardless of the photograph being circulated, we must own it, and we must show the narrative that this is what the PPP has done. Melly Mel, the court, the prosecutor agreed, our defense attorney said it, and the judge questioned it. Why is she here? And they said she had no criminal record, no criminal record at all. And the judge was puzzled. This is the PPP's doing. And we must show what the PPP is doing to our people. When Mark Benshop was in jail, we showed the video when he was leaving jail in shackles. And so on. And when he was being, in prison and so on, we showed that. That was not to show a negative light of Mark Benshop. It's to show what our fighters and our activists and our sojourners have to go through at the hand of Barra Jagdeo, a criminal leader in Guyana, and a wicked regime, the PPP regime. And so I have to hear my viewers when they say they're asking for the photograph not to be shown again, and so on. These are our viewers, these are our friends, and so if they say certain things, we must comply. But I want us to know that we can own these things and push the positive narrative for the young people and all Guyanese to see what our sister has gone through as an innocent person, because the PPP wants to see her jailed, deported, or even killed. I want us to understand that. And so now Dr. Terrence Campbell spoke to us. I know you all have heard him. I would like you to share the life for the sake that people can hear what Dr. Terrence Campbell had to say here on Voice of the Diaspora. Now we are hearing Dr. Terrence Campbell has just said that they have gone to former Minister Winston Jordan's home and told him that he has to return, he has to go to court. This is political persecution. Mr. Jordan has been speaking out, and he's doing a great job in exposing the evils of the PPP. He's the former Minister of Finance. He has been persecuted by the PPP. He's been dragged before the court. He has been proven innocent, and he has been given the freedom to continue his life and his work. And this is what the PPP is doing, up in the ante through their wickedness, you understand, to persecute, intimidate, and oppress and suppress those who are fighting the struggle to see a better Guyana, those who are fighting the struggle to see a better Guyana. We are happy that Melly Mel is free. We're happy that Melly Mel will be free today, and it's good for us. It's good for us in this struggle. But I don't know what is going to happen, viewers, when Melly Mel gets out, because I know that whatever Melly Mel has to say when she gets out, the PPP will be coming down. The PPP will definitely be coming down. And so I thought I had to drop by to let my viewers know that Melly Mel will be free today to be back home with her husband. Melissa Holder will be back home with her husband, Paul Holder, today to celebrate our freedom. And Guyanese will celebrate our freedom. This is not a criminal. This is not a woman that was charged with criminal activity. This is a powerful government meeting powerful lobbyists in the US to bring down Melly Mel, an activist that has been able to expose with evidence corruption in the PPP regime. She has been doing it, and the PPP has gotten so exposed, embarrassed, and uncomfortable that they had to use their monies, their millions, travel to America, you understand, to see Melly Mel persecuted. They have lost. They have lost. Today, she will be a free woman. $7,500. It will be paid, and she will walk free. The struggle continues, and we stand not only by Melly Mel, but by all of our activists that are being oppressed in Guyana and abroad. We stand by them. The opposition must up its ante. We have an election to win. We need a broad coalition, and we need a consensus candidate to take the PPP down. People are ready. I want to say that we are standing with Azruddin Mohammed. We are standing because we know that the persecution is deliberate. We know it's not about what he's being accused of. It is because he has become a political threat to the PPP. He has been able to capture the imagination of Africans and Amerindians and Indo-Guyanese. He has been able to get the support, and the support is visible and feverish. And the PPP knows that if he forms a political party, or if he aligns himself with the opposition, that they will come down. Inevitably, they will come down. And so we stand in principle, not for the allegations of the crimes he has committed, but we stand in principle because we know that the PPP is witch hunting him and his family. And in this struggle, we have to stand by those regardless. And so I want to say to our viewers that I could not say enough. Words are inadequate to express how great I feel about this victory for the righteous. Melly Mel will be home with her husband in Brooklyn today. In fact, the judge said that the case, whatever it's going to be, when it's going to be called and dismissed, I would say, that it must be done in New York, not in Louisiana, where they put hardcore criminals and that kinds of stuff in detention. The PPP is behind it. I want people to understand that Melly Mel being in detention in Louisiana, taken to Louisiana. In the photo, you see her sitting there with a book in her hand. She's reading while she's in detention. She has to wear the clothing that they gave her in detention, but it's no shame because she's an innocent woman, and a powerful country, an oil-rich country, the government of an oil-rich country has moved to see her persecuted like that. And so it is a difference when someone goes to detention because they committed a crime or something in the US. We are standing on the shoulders of a situation in which Melly Mel is a completely innocent woman. So what if she overstayed her time by whatever means? She's been married for 2 years. Everything is okay for her. The judge questioned it. There's no system in place. If you overstayed your time and you get married a day after or so, and the wedding was set for that time, that you should, the wedding should be made, the marriage should be made null and void, and that people should be deported. If the marriage would have been made null and void 2 years ago on that grounds, the law would have taken its course already and say that you can't get married because whatever. This is the PPP wanting to get at Melly Mel. They want her to come back home. They want to kill her. I can say it on this program. They want to see her jailed in the US or here. And they are not going to stop, but they're not going to win because the PPP is coming down. Barra Jagdeo is no easy politician when it comes to desperation and evil, and he must not be underestimated. But his days are numbered. His time will be soon up. The struggle has intensified. Today, it will intensify more as our beautiful sister, our fighter, our activist returns home free to continue our political activism. I want to thank all of you for joining the program. It was a quick and brief program. We got the news today that our sister will be free, and that the court proceedings showed that she has never committed any crime anywhere, not in America especially, and we know she has not committed any crime in Guyana, but if she goes back there, she will be locked up on Trump charges by the regime. And no matter what the regime says, that if she comes back home, they will welcome her. They will welcome her to kill her. That is what the PPP is, and we will continue that fight. We will continue that fight. Death before dishonor. Death before dishonor. We will never give up. Thank you for being here on Voice of the Diaspora. We will never give up this fight, and we stand by all of our people who are being oppressed by the PPP. The PPP has to go, and Barra Jagdeo and Anil Nandalal must be jailed when the PPP government comes down. Thank you so much. I say salute to our sister Melly Mel. I say freedom is a must. This is Voice of the Diaspora, and thank you for joining us today.
No man curse, I'm not reversed. Damien, burn, act. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. Come and see them, me know who they are. Them a real wagonist, me see them from far. Every day they eat chop on the corner. Something them a look and them a go call me father. And if a day come me who da chop tongue, me no know what this a Pharrell's done. So me know them not real, them a tough like steel. Coulda what them feel. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. Already journey gets so rough and tough. Give thanks to Jehovah and feel me come. Never leave his trial by the wayside. He always protect and guide. Some of them will tell you, say them love you, them not mean it. Me know you are dirty, me I tell you, fi go clean it. Me left enough for them a frown, some of them a clown. But mine want see we fall down. But I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. And I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving. For me see them, me know who they are. Them a real wagonist, me see them from far. Every day they eat chop on the corner. Something them a look and them a come call me father. And if a day come me who da chop tongue. Me no know where this apparel's done. So me know them not real, them are tough like steel. Coulda what them feel. I will never give up, nah give up, must live up. Keep on fighting, keep surviving.